This video will walk you through the setup process to add a sensor to PRTG to monitor the RAM usage on your PaperCut NG or PaperCut MF server utilising the System Health Monitoring URLs. If you need help with getting PRTG installed and set up, please click below to view our Introduction to System Health Monitoring and PRTG Setup video. Setting up your sensor is easy. Let's start with our PRTG dashboard, selecting PaperCut from the left-hand device menu and then selecting the Add Sensor button. Then from the sensor selection screen, search for XML. For all of the PaperCut system health monitoring, we will be using the HTTP XML REST value. Give your sensor a name. I'm going to call mine PaperCut RAM Usage. Next up, we need to enter our System Health Monitoring URL. I'm going to jump across to PaperCut to get this. I'll start by logging into the admin interface. Then selecting Options, followed by Advanced. Then scrolling down to the System Health Monitoring section. I'm going to copy the sample URL listed in PaperCut and copy this across to a new tab. Then copying the same URL, I'm going to carry this across to PRTG. We then need the particular XML node which we want to monitor. Let's jump back over to PaperCut to find this. Pasting the URL into a new tab has shown me the system health monitoring information, and I can find the JVM memory used percentage, which I will copy and paste into the PRTG sensor creation. That's everything we need to do, so select Continue. The sensor has now been created. We just need to wait for some data to come in. As you can see, we now have some data. Next up, we need to set up some limits for this value so we know what an error looks like. I'm going to select the values option in the table and then scroll down and enable the limits option. We can now set up an upper error limit as well as an upper warning limit. I'm going to set 90% for the error and 80% as the warning. I don't need a lower warning, so I will just enter 0. Finally, I can add in the messages I want to be sent in the event of one of these values being reached. After configuring, hit Save. As you can see, we now have a better visual representation of the levels. Now I'm going to want to send out some notifications when any of these warning or error levels are reached. So let's click on Notifications and get this set up now. You can see the default notifications which we mentioned in our setup video, but I'm going to go ahead and create a specific notification for this sensor to tell me when the warning state has been reached. I will set up this notification to be triggered at 80%, and if this remains for 10 minutes, then an error message will be sent to the administrator. That concludes the video on setting up a sensor to monitor the RAM usage on your PaperCut server. Check out our videos below for instructions on setting up some of the other popular sensors.